Hey everyone, let's talk about sales planning. How do you stop just guessing and actually start winning? If your team's strategy feels a bit like throwing darts at a board, well, you are definitely in the right place. We're about to break down a new way of thinking that replaces all that guesswork with some serious data-driven precision. So let's just dive right into the problem. The old way of doing things, carving up territories, mapping out some target accounts, it just isn't cutting it anymore. It's a model that frankly leads to a ton of wasted effort and missed revenue targets. But what if you could swap that uncertainty for a clear, structured path forward? Imagine a system that guides you step by step to a plan where every single move is calculated for the highest probability of success. That's exactly the kind of strategy we're digging into today. And that brings us to the heart of this new approach, a really powerful scoring system. I want you to think of it like a smart filter. It's designed to systematically find your very best opportunities before you spend your most valuable resource, which is, of course, your team's time and energy. And this framework, it has a name, Connected Probabilities Scoring. Now, the two keywords here are connected and probability. See, unlike the old disjointed methods, this process actually links all the critical factors together to give you a real, data-backed likelihood of winning any given account. This whole methodology was actually developed by the team over at Channelforce, and what they've built is basically a comprehensive diagnostic tool for your entire sales process. The goal? To evaluate every single piece, find the weaknesses, and just maximize your team's efficiency at every step. All right, so how does this thing actually work? Well, the Connected Probability Score is built on 5 core pillars. Think of these as the 5 key areas you have to analyze to figure out if you can even land that all-important first meeting. First step, we've got the foundation for everything else, solution strength. This means we have to start with an honest, hard look in the mirror at how strong our own solution really is in the market today. So, here's the crucial point. Before you do anything else, you have to ask, is this opportunity even worth the effort? Do we have a real competitive shot at winning this thing? This score tells you exactly that. It's the first gut check. And look, this isn't just a gut feeling. It's a calculated score. It's based on 3 key things. First, is there a real market need and is it a priority? Second, how well does our solution actually fit that specific need? And third, what's our win posture? Basically, how do we realistically stack up against the competition in this specific deal? Okay, the second component builds right on top of that foundation, partner impact. Because let's be honest, in today's sales world, you're very rarely going it alone. Now, this isn't about just having a long list of partners on your website. No way. The partner impact score is all about quantifying which of them can actually help you move the needle and win deals. It's how you separate your true strategic allies from, well, just names on a page. So how do you get this score? Well, it's an average of 4 key factors. First, their technical competency with your solution. Do they know their stuff? Second, their actual market reach. Third, their commitment to your partnership program. And finally, and this one is huge, how high of a sales priority is your solution for their team? That right there can make all the difference.
The third component, this is where we get personal. We're bringing the analysis down from the company level to the individual. We're talking about seller impact.
This score looks at the potential of each individual seller, whether they're on your team or a partner's. And it helps you answer those critical questions, right? Like, who are my A players? Who needs a little more coaching or enablement? This score tells you exactly where to invest your development dollars to get the biggest lift. All right, component number 4. Now we shift our focus from our own resources out to the market. Now we're asking, are we even targeting the right accounts? And we measure this with the Account ICP score, which stands for Ideal Customer Profile. This is all about focus, pure and simple. The ICP score lets you segment your entire market and zero in on the accounts that are the absolute best fit. This makes sure your team is spending its precious time on opportunities that have the highest chance of success right from the get-go. And that brings us to our 5th and final piece, which is so often the secret ingredient that unlocks the biggest deals, the relationship score. It's simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Do you have a strong relationship with the target company? Does your seller have a direct line to a key decision maker? A high score here can completely change the game and open doors that would otherwise be slammed shut. So we have these 5 powerful scores. But they're not just numbers to look at on a dashboard. Nope. This next part is where the magic happens. This is where we turn all that data into a concrete, actionable strategy. This is where you get the real value. Which, of course, leads to the big question. You have the scores, now what? And the beauty of this whole system is that the scores don't just sit there. Each one connects directly to a specific strategic play, guiding your sales and marketing with incredible precision. This chart shows that connection perfectly. Let me give you an example. Let's say your solution strength score comes back as strong. Well, your positioning strategy should be to challenge the incumbent. But if it's just competitive, a much better play is to complement an existing solution. See the difference? The same logic applies to partners. A high-impact partner, you treat them as a master, ready for a full-on joint GTM plan. A low-impact partner, though, you start with Certify to build up their basic knowledge. Every score points to a specific action. And the payoff for doing all this, it's huge. You're maximizing sales efficiency, identifying the smartest growth plays, you're prioritizing the partners who are actually going to deliver, and you're making intelligent investments in your people. It's about getting the right sellers through the right partners to the right accounts with the absolute right message. So, I'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Take a really hard look at your own planning process. Is it truly built on data-driven probability, or is there still a little too much tradition, instinct, and maybe just plain old guesswork involved? The answer to that question could really change everything. Thanks for tuning in.